Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us. Topping our news at this hour, a Bradenton family is left homeless after raw sewage flooded their home.
The home on 9th Avenue West sits next to a lift station, but the city says the lift station did not malfunction. ABC 7's Rick Adams is now joining us with more from that home. Rick.
Yeah, Haley and Scott, what a big old mess this raw sewage left behind for this family. Most of their belongings are now back there in the dumpster. Belongings that used to fill Heather and Don's Bradenton home now sits outside on their sidewalk. They say about a week ago, raw sewage filled their home, destroying most of everything they own.
It's completely frustrating. I've cried so much, I don't know if I can cry anymore. It hurts my heart, and it hurts my heart that my children have to go through this.
This is where the nightmare for Heather and Don began. Raw sewage started shooting out of the bathtub as well as the toilet, spilling out onto all the other rooms of the house, turning their lives upside down. Family members have spent days tossing out stuff, cleaning up the mess, and dealing with the horrible stench left behind by the raw sewage. Don Stancombe says early damage estimates runs in the tens of thousands of dollars.
It's a nightmare, absolute nightmare. Everything you have for 17, 20 years since I was a kid, totally ruined, gone, lost. It's sad, absolutely pathetic.
A spokesperson for the city of Bradenton tells us this lift station on 9th Avenue West next to their home did not fail during Hurricane Hermine. So it's left city officials believing most likely floodwaters are to blame. The city says they will work closely with the family to resolve their issues, which may include some sort of financial reimbursement.
I think that they're responsible for this, that they should be the one helping us with cost of this, that they should be the one paying for their negligence. This is their fault.
And for more information on how you could help out this family, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting live from Bradenton this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Thank you, Rick. Bradenton city officials are working to repair lift station number 7. Crews are cleaning the pumps. The 7th Avenue West Bridge over Wares Creek was temporarily closed while crews completed that work.
The growing number of vacation rentals on Bradenton Beach has some residents asking for tighter regulations. On some streets, the vacation rentals outnumber the permanent residences, adding to noise and traffic. With that in mind, the city put into place a quality of life ordinance in 2015 to regulate the number of people in each vacation rental. But Bradenton Beach's police chief says it's hard to enforce. That's why he's proposing putting signs inside each rental property that would show the occupancy limit as well as the contact information for the property owner.
I think we need to get a handle on this, knowing that it is going to get worse.
It's still nice. It still has its quaintness, but if we let it continue, then we're going to lose our small town.
Planning and zoning met today to talk about those proposals and will submit those ideas to the City Commission for consideration.
The results are in for Sarasota County's annual Citizen Opinion Survey. It's one of the most detailed surveys that looks at how people feel about local government and what they think are the biggest issues in our community. Today, USF professor Dr. Susan McManus presented the results of the survey, which included a random sample of 800 Sarasota County residents. For 2016, traffic is considered the biggest threat to the county's economy and what needs to be more important to the county's budget. The most important issue facing the county, according to this survey, population growth. And the community's overall top service priorities are good paying jobs, public safety, and growth management.
There's a lot of population growth in this area, and there have been a lot of economic changes. And when you have those kinds of changes, you really want to take a look and see if opinions have shifted.
The County Commission will now use these trends and opinions in their decision-making process, and according to the survey, that's a good thing, seeing that citizens' trust in county leaders received the highest rating in the survey's 25-year history. To see the full survey results, visit mysuncoast.com.
A setback for an almost $500,000 project to beautify downtown Sarasota. Earlier this summer, the Downtown Improvement District added around 130 flower baskets to light poles along Palm Avenue, Lemon Avenue, First, and State Streets. The group says someone has been ripping flowers out of some of the baskets, causing around $500 in damage.
Vandalism has primarily consisted of the public removing flowers from these baskets. For what purpose, only they know.
The entire project costs $431,000, which includes maintaining them over the next several years.
is really disappointing because you can't imagine that there's any reason someone would do that.
Other than thinking they're there for the picking, but yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
That's probably a stretch. But.
Yep. Well, I heard some thunder
I
outside the
did
studio here in downtown Sarasota a short time ago. Let's find out more with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Yeah, there have been a few lightning strikes, just a few though, not the normal that you would expect for these afternoon storms. They're still around, especially just to the east of Mayaca City. We'll take a look at that. You can see not much going on now near the coast. Some light rain into Venice and stretching down toward Inglewood. The heavier storms that were around producing those lightning strikes, and there weren't many, are now offshore. There's one lone cell right here that you see into eastern and southeastern portions of Manatee County, just to the east of Mayaca City, and it is pushing off to the west, southwest at around 10 miles an hour. Some cities that'll see this storm in just a little bit, in Mayaca City, just a few minutes from now, and Hidden River just before 6 o'clock. The tops of the storms up to about 42,000 feet. That's the maximum height, so we're not anticipating any severe weather with these as they push their way off to the west, southwest. And you can see the coverage is pretty sparse, really, and that's a result of the dry air that's still kind of hanging around, but it's starting to moisten up a bit, so a little bit better chance for showers and storms developing tomorrow. One lone shower east of Lakewood Ranch. This is starting to bring some light rainfall near University Park and to the east of I-75. Currently at the airport, we had a brief shower around. It's cooled things down to 83. We'll have much more on our forecast. And take a look at the tropics, which typically this time of year are pretty active. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The damage caused by Hermine goes well beyond flooded streets and homes. The unlikely victims of the storm include hundreds of animals. Many of them are being cared for now at Wildlife Education and Rehabilitation Center in Bradenton Beach. Wildlife Inc. workers say they have taken in about 125 animals since the storm, everything from baby squirrels and baby raccoons to a bald eagle.
As soon as the wind started picking up and the rain, our calls started coming in. I think we had 127 different things that came in during the storm. Over 50 baby squirrels, we had 11 baby raccoons, 10 baby possums. We do have an eagle that just came in yesterday that very likely was a victim of the storm and has a head injury.
Well, we know they're in good hands there. They expect more animals to come in over the next few days. Anyone interested in helping those animals is asked to contact Wildlife Inc.
Although we are far off from the start of spring training, Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota is planning to host several community events this fall. The vice president of Baltimore Orioles Sarasota says they're continuing to add more year-round events at the stadium. First up this fall, the public is invited to the second Halloween Movie Night Spooktacular on October 15th. The Orioles will also host 2 charitable events to fight hunger in Sarasota around the Thanksgiving holiday. And I know, Scott, you've been involved in one of those symphony events out there, which is really cool.
Yeah, that happens typically in the springtime, and it's what a beautiful setting for a concert, and I think it sells out every year.
Yeah, I know it's super popular.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a show and tell on the House floor, what a Florida congressman did to try to get lawmakers to say yes to Zika funding.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, later in Health Smart, the effectiveness of stem cell treatments, why the FDA is considering changing regulations.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Ford Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Bring your measurements this Saturday from 9 to 4 to get huge discounts. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Get ready, college football fans. When you buy a $5 or more Fantasy 5 ticket and enter your team's drawing, you could win great prizes like team merchandise, tickets to your team's games, and other bowl game experiences. You could even win a championship weekend prize pack in Tampa or $10,000 cash. Fantasy 5 from the Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. You started there right out of high school, learned your trade and did it well. And the asbestos you handled, well, that was just part of the job. If you worked in the trades and were diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available, then call us. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court.
Call 800-236-4994.
And see how we can help. Mesothelioma, don't fight it alone.
Some lawmakers and healthcare leaders frustrated today following another failed fight on Capitol Hill for funding to combat the Zika virus.
ABC's Marcy Gonzalez tells us why the bill failed and why experts say this money is so critical.
An impassioned plea for Zika funding.
I rise with about 100 mosquitoes straight from Florida.
A jar of 100 mosquitoes brought onto the House floor by a Republican congressman from Florida as he condemned lawmakers for not passing a bill that would put money towards combating the virus.
Can you imagine, colleagues, the fear and anxiety in this chamber if these 100 mosquitoes were outside this jar, not inside this jar? Members of Congress would run down the hall to the physician's office to be tested. They would spray themselves before coming down here. This is the fear of Floridians right here.
With new Zika cases in Florida and at Fort Bragg, mosquito spraying ramping up across the country as the latest Zika funding bill failed in the Senate.
The motion is not agreed to.
Democrats blocking it because of an included provision that would keep money from going to Planned Parenthood.
Well, the House did its job, and the Senate has been blatantly political with Zika funding.
The CDC saying it is out of money to spend on Zika. Funding, experts agree, is critical to protecting Americans, especially expectant mothers.
If the funding isn't available now to prevent Zika infections, then 6 to 9 months from now, we're going to see babies being born with severe brain damage, a birth defect that's preventable.
And now Congress has until the end of the month to pass a spending bill which could include funding to fight Zika or risk a potential government shutdown. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, New York.
In Miami, the debate over mosquito spraying is getting heated. More than 100 people took part in an anti-naled protest because of outside of Miami Beach City Hall chanting "No more naled." It's a controversial pesticide for mosquito control. Miami Beach started spraying for mosquitoes in the fight against Zika yesterday.
Apple unveiling its latest iPhone, and it's not what's new, but what's missing that's getting all the attention. Apple debuting its iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. The new smartphone is water resistant, comes with dual cameras, a redesigned home button, and longer battery life. It's also missing a headphone jack. Instead, it will come with ear pods that connect to the Lightning port, or you can buy completely wireless AirPods. Apple Watch is also getting an upgrade. It's now swim-proof and has built-in GPS. Pre-orders for the new iPhone start on Friday. They start at $650, with high storage models costing more than that. The next big thing.
Yeah, I'm really torn on the headphone jack being gone.
Yeah,
really
I see that.
Torn on that.
speculating that's what makes it waterproof, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah. I see a lot of people talking on Twitter and Facebook about how they'll lose those pieces.
I know, because I use them to run, and you're thinking they could just...
Yeah, then they're gone. Yeah, down the bridge and out into the bay
out
there.
Who
knows?
Yep.
We are looking at some showers in the bay right now and also out in the Gulf of Mexico. But the shower activity is not all that intense, and that's a good sign. But I think more intense storms will be back with us later this week and into the weekend. You can see Lakewood Ranch webcam showing a pretty nice afternoon. Really, a few clouds moving in from the east, and then all of a sudden things start to thicken up a bit as some showers are popping up along the east northeast wind that we are seeing, and that is allowing some convergence to take place. And Lakewood Ranch webcam showing some showers just to the east of Lakewood Ranch. And you can see that is weakening, though, as it pushes off to the west. Not a lot of punch with these storms, and it looks like it'll stay that way through the evening. This one here near Mayaca City was producing quite a few lightning strikes earlier, and now that is starting to weaken somewhat, but still it's elongating, so we're going to see this continue to progress off to the west-southwest and expect some showers to move in later on this evening along the coastline. But for the time being, Mayaca City getting some rainfall, and then places down the road. Hidden River, look out for some moderate to heavy rainfall, a few isolated showers possible, and lightning strikes as well. Well, high pressure continues to dominate the weather over the southeast, and with this in mind, we're going to see that east to southeasterly wind flow, which will start to bring a little bit more moisture into the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, bringing better chances for more coverage of shower activity and storm activity on Thursday, and especially on into Friday and Saturday. As far as rainfall goes today, about 3/10 of an inch at the Siesta Key area, also near Venice, 2/10, over a ½ inch in Northport. There are flood warnings still in effect along the Peace River now in DeSoto County, all the way down to the southwestern portion of that county. The river running about a foot and a few inches above normal. It won't really crest, it looks like, until Sunday for the most part. And also along the Mayaca River to Mayaca State Park, the flood warning continues there. As far as the overall current conditions go, you can see 83 degrees at the Sarasota Bradian Airport. The dew point now is at 76, and the humidity 79%. We have a south wind at 8 and the pressure 30-11, and that is on the rise. The high today was into the upper 80s to low 90s. It's cooled now as a result of the showers that are moving through the airport. 91 in Tallahassee, 86 now in Miami. And you can see where the rain has moved through. It's cooled things down into Cortez, Sarasota, Venice, even into Inglewood now at 79 degrees there, but still 90 in Avon Park and Wauchula, and the water temperature is still holding now at 83 degrees. Well, the forecast for Thursday showing a slight chance for showers. Now, we'll have a slight chance in the early afternoon. A better chance comes late in the afternoon and evening at 40%. Most of the day will stay dry. Temperatures topping out, though, above average in the low 90s anticipated. Well, the satellite and radar picture showing the clear skies over the southeast, but look at this. It was a tropical storm, but now it's downgraded to a tropical depression right there over Arizona. It's bringing heavy rainfall throughout this region. You don't very rarely see a tropical system make it all the way into Arizona, but it's there, and it's bringing rainfall into Arizona and into Mexico. Now, as far as New Mexico, and as far as we're concerned, this tropical wave is getting sheared apart, so no concern with it developing anytime soon. And we're watching another wave coming off the coast of Africa. This one does have a chance to become looks like in the next day or two, Ian, as it pushes off toward the west-northwest into the open waters of the Atlantic. So not a big concern there. As far as boaters go, east winds turn to the northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Tomorrow, light chop out there. Water temperature, as I mentioned, 83 degrees. It's the end of the Venice Pier. Low tide will be at 11:09, and another one at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The forecast tonight, evening storms are possible, and then partly cloudy, clearing late, 75 for your low. Tomorrow, more coverage of storms in the afternoon, but otherwise, pretty nice day, 91 your high. That's a little bit above average, and temperatures staying that way right through the next 7 days with a better chance for scattered showers and storms back in the afternoon and evening. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, there is a crash on I-75 to northbound lanes at the Fruitville Road exit. It is blocking 1 or 2 lanes there. It is slowing traffic, as you can see, all the way south past Bee Ridge. So slow going northbound on I-75. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, fewer hospitals are breaking rules for treatment in the ER. The number of hospitals investigated or cited for not following federal emergency treatment regulations has dropped over the past decade. The Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act requires that all patients who come to hospital emergency departments receive a medical screening and any care needed to stabilize their condition. That's regardless of their ability to pay. Nationwide, 7.2% of hospitals were investigated in 2014 for violating the law, down from 10.8% in 2005. Stem cell treatment for a variety of conditions, including spinal cord injury, stroke, and Parkinson's, has become increasingly popular. So the FDA will hold discussions to determine if more regulation is needed. Clinics across the country claim that stem cells found in fat tissue, blood, and bone marrow can help treat these conditions. But there isn't much proof that it works, and it's quite expensive. Since these are a patient's own cells that are being injected back into the spinal cord, joints, or even the brain, those who administer it say it isn't risky. The FDA is hosting a workshop tomorrow, followed by a 2-day hearing next week. Researchers at The Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center have been teaching the tango to cancer patients. Nearly 70% of patients suffer from nerve damage in their hands and feet after 1 month of chemotherapy. And researchers have found that dancing may help restore some of the feeling. They say after just 5 weeks of Argentine tango, they were able to decrease medial and lateral sway by 56%. Many cancer patients may also suffer muscle loss, which the tango can help rebuild. That's a fun way to recover. Coming up, 2 planes collide mid-air near a Georgia airport, what the pilots were doing right before the deadly crash. Plus, a historic find on an Australian beach, what one woman stumbled across while looking for shells.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ for only $299 per month, or a 2016 Lincoln MKX, Lincoln's premium sports utility vehicle, for $339 per month. We also have a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Drive with the confidence of a 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty and complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, family owned and operated, and winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Temperatures on the Suncoast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Now to the latest on a deadly plane collision in Georgia. A fire chief says 2 single-engine planes may have been trying to land at the same time when they collided at a small airport in western Georgia. 3 people died in the crash, which happened just off the runway at West Georgia Regional Airport. A pilot who saw the crash from the air told authorities it appeared both planes were trying to land when one came on top of the other. The wreckage from the planes was so mixed together that first responders initially thought the debris all belonged to a single aircraft. A police chase in Los Angeles ends in a fiery crash. Police were chasing a car yesterday afternoon and the driver sped past stop signs. The chase ended when the car drove straight into a light pole and dragged it for several feet before stopping. That's when the front of the car started smoking. The driver jumped out, fell face down on the pavement. The man was taken into custody. Police haven't said yet what charges the driver could face.
Some firefighters in Pittsburgh are revealing just how close they came to being trapped under a bridge collapse. Last week, crews were called to the Liberty Bridge. A fire damaged a steel beam that is critical to the stability of the bridge. Firefighters say the span was likely minutes away from a collapse had they not been able to get the fire under control. Firefighters have downplayed, but do acknowledge now how many firefighters were at risk in a collapse.
At the apex of the incident, as we were beginning to put water on it, you still probably had, in that span that may have collapsed, perhaps 20 firefighters, maybe 25.
And that one could have lost some lives. We could be speaking differently at this time, but I really want to praise the men for doing a job well done. They did a great job.
The bridge will be closed until at least Monday so repairs can be made. A woman walking along an Australian beach stumbled across what experts believe to be 130 million-year-old dinosaur footprints. Paleontologists say the tracks have probably been hidden under the sand and surf. They believe they belong to a medium-sized carnivore. So when you're going to Aussie beaches, you apparently should watch out for sharks and dinosaurs.
What a find.
Isn't that
amazing? That is cool. And they go on, you know, there's several of them.
Yeah, and I wonder what caused it to specifically wash up now.
Yeah.
Much lower tide, I guess.
Erosion or something.
That's pretty neat. Very cool, very cool. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, protecting important documents housed at the Venice Police Department.
What's being done about the recurring roof leaks there? That's coming up next.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.